What's up everybody, it's me Eman, and today we're gonna review American Assassin. Alright, let's get into a quick intro. Mitch Rapp is thrown into a world of anger and revenge when terrorists kill his fiancée. He's recruited by a counter-terrorist organization to become one of America's deadliest assassins. Okay, enough of that, let's get right into the good.
The good.
Well, it doesn't take very long in this movie to get the pace going. There are a lot of different shots in this film that are both violent and shocking. One thing that makes a great action film is a good training montage. What I liked about the film was that we do get some really unique training sequences that happen in the film, and they'll definitely keep you engaged. The director enhances some of the more intense scenes by allowing some of the blood to even get on some of the camera. And by the way, this film does not hold back with some of the violence and the gore. You'll probably notice in one of the torture scenes just how cringeworthy some of these scenes can be. When it comes to some of the performances, Michael Keaton simply stole the show. I mean, Michael Keaton goes full Keaton. Personally, I think he was simply at his best, and he looked like he was definitely having a lot of fun in this film. While some might immediately connect his performance with Beetlejuice, not in the funny way, I think he just went crazy Bruce Wayne in the 1989 Batman movie.
And he had this. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Either way, he's constantly showing up the lead actor, Dylan O'Brien. Speaking of the lead star, Dylan O'Brien, besides looking like Mark Wahlberg's little brother, I thought he did a really good job of carrying this film. I was a fan of his from Maze Runner from before, so I didn't really doubt his ability to carry an action flick. What I was rather impressed with was his apparent MMA and military training that was displayed in a number of scenes in the film. I really liked the realism that his fights brought to the table. It was nice to see more of the hand-to-hand combat, grappling, and even some wrestling that was happening, you know, to really make the fights actually look real. Okay, enough of that, let's get to the bad.
The bad.
Now, there's a very fine line in action films when it comes to the plot or the story. The story can't be too complex because it robs us of the mindless action that we want to see, but the story can't be too dumbed down either because we don't want to be intellectually insulted. Now, this film unfortunately teeters a little bit over the line of trying to be a little bit too complicated with the story. It attempts to dip into nuclear war politics, and personally, I think it only becomes a bit of a distraction from the main character's story. For most of the film, we think that we're going to follow Dylan O'Brien's character and see how he grows and matures or develops as an assassin. However, all of that takes a real quick backseat to Michael Keaton's side story and the implications of this nuclear war weapon. So essentially, this movie could have cut out maybe 20 minutes of footage and just focused on Dylan O'Brien's character instead. Sadly, as with the case for a lot of other action films, American Assassin fell victim to having a number of predictable plot twists. That is, if you're actually trying to pay attention to the story. Now, another issue I want to bring up is the missed opportunity that could have happened with the fight choreography and the cinematography in the film. Now, you could tell that the stunt performers and the actors put in a lot of time to actually train and get a lot of these moves down. However, due to the choppy cut scenes, it kind of takes away the effect of an actual good fight and kind of makes it look more Hollywood staged instead. That is, compared to if the fights were just shot as like one long continuous fight scene. If you've seen Atomic Blonde and you remember that big long fight scene, then you know what I'm talking about. Doing a long continuous shot with stage choreography and fighting really helps elevate an action film. And American Assassin had that opportunity and they clearly just missed it. Finally, I really wanted to address this. In a time where xenophobia is running rampant in this country, and given the fact that this movie was released kind of close to September 11th, I'm not really sure about how healthy this movie's message is going to be. The last thing we would need is to have some patriot feel empowered or enabled or inspired by the main character in this film. While O'Brien's character is the protagonist and the main hero, it should be noted that he's really not a hero. He's not the type of hero that needs to be looked up to, nor is he representative of the ideals that we would like to have of our servicemen and women in the military. But okay, enough of that, let's get to the reason.
The reason.
American Assassin is exactly what you probably thought it would be. I'd probably say that it's kind of like American Sniper meets The Bourne Identity. The film isn't great, but it's also not that bad either. So when it comes to the rating for American Assassin, I've got to give it a 7 out of 10. If you're an action junkie, I think that American Assassin is right up your alley, and it is theater worthy. If you're a casual action fan, then this movie is probably more so of a matinee for you. It's the type of action flick that's just a popcorn movie that you go just to be entertained by. Now, if you go in with high expectations, or plan on doing some sort of deep analysis on this film, then you've become your own worst enemy, because this is not the film for that. Well, that's all I've got. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've seen American Assassin, what did you think about the film? Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel or like my page. And if you enjoyed this review, please don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. If you want to stay connected with me, please come and join the 33,000 fans on my Facebook fan page. I've got more reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you later.